Hello, ladies and gentlemen, it's I, Charlie, and I'm back for yet another something slightly different. In today's episode, we're going to talk about... I'm not exactly sure what we're going to be talking about. We're going to talk about something, I'm sure. That's what we do in these something slightly different, right? I mean, or maybe I just ramble for 10, 15, 20, 30... No, not 30 minutes. That'd be insane. Seriously. What does a man got to do to get sponsored by Mountain Dew when basically all the man drinks is Mountain Dew? I have a problem. I have a very, very, very big problem. I can't talk tonight. Okay, so something slightly different. All right. In tragic news, ladies and gentlemen, of those of you out there who may not be following the sports world, a legend in the college men's basketball ranks passed away this weekend. His name was Dean Smith. He was the coach at UNC, was pretty huge in the development of men's basketball at the collegiate level. Here comes a really weird curveball that, it's going to segue into something else I want to talk about. But okay, so here's the deal. So the UNC, University of North Carolina, local school-run paper decided to do a free issue of their paper to basically commemorate the awesomeness that was Dean Smith while he was on campus and while he was a coach and he was a humanitarian, blah, 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 blah. So what do students do? They see an easy buck. They take as many papers as they can get, and they scalp them. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Seriously. Accept it for what it is. It's a tribute to an amazing coach and man. Why sully it by... I understand, yes, it's going to be a collector's item. Absolutely, it's going to be a collector's item. But you know what? If you had done it in a sense where the money was going to a centralized fund for underprivileged children or cancer research, kudos to you. But lining your own pocket because of an amazing person's tragedy, I guess I'm not that kind of person. I will never do that. Benefit off of, in a time of mourning, you're benefiting off of it by making money. Look, there's nothing, like I said, there's nothing wrong with making money. There isn't. But some people actually give a shit, actually have a soul. Yeah. Okay, so segueing into that, ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you a little story. There are a shit ton of companies, individuals out there who only see the dollar signs. Independent developers and AAA title developers are not immune to this to these symptoms, to this way of thinking. And to me, personally, it saddens me. I want to see amazing stuff. Okay? Yes, there is selling out to the man. But if you've accomplished a shit ton... Okay, no, I'm not even going to tread there. Okay, so here's the deal. Create what you want to create. If you want to write a My Little Pony, I don't know, murder mystery with a twist of Transformers, go the freak on. Now, of course, there's probably copyright infringement, so you might want to change it to miniaturized horsies and robotic humans, okay, so androids, there you go, androids, and Shetland ponies. But why? Why in the hell Too many passionate people make amazing things, come up with these brilliant ideas. And yes, the vast majority of them, myself included, don't know how to market worth crap. And so these amazing, perfect ideas, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I'm just, I on occasion do have some interesting ideas. I'm not going to say they're amazing, but there are individuals out there, painters, indie game developers, authors, board game makers, innovators in the way to do like an athletic event or something. There's not enough time in the world to just, I don't know. Do what you're passionate about. I understand. Everyone's got to do their 9-to-5 job. Everyone has to make money. And yes, that means that there are individuals out there who sacrifice their creativity in order to live the way they want to live. That I understand. But if you're given the chance between the two, I hope that you would choose the ability to express yourself over trying to make shit just because it's going to make you a couple extra bucks. That being said, damn, I had a really good piece to it. Here is my greatest flaw when it comes to designing a book, really a book or a comic. My web comic is a great example of this. I unfortunately have the mindset where if I don't try to get things done immediately, that time will pass. So I force things to happen, aka the vast majority of my stories. I sit down and try to write as much as I can without any planning. I don't know any of the characters. I'm literally making this shit up as I go, which is exactly what I do here and on the Thursday Night Hangout. Sometimes it works. Sometimes it goes random short story theater. Was a terrible idea. And I thought, you know what? I'm creative. I've got genius ideas in here. All I got to do is do little segments of like 10 minutes and I could come up with a stupid short story that everyone would be like, "Oh, that's so funny." But when I force myself, that's when it's crap. So, case in point. I have right here on a piece of paper. I know you can't really see it, but this is actually, for once, I'm actually planning. I'm in the process of writing down probably like a haunted house type of book. I've actually got 5 character names. I have a location with the name. I've drawn out the streets that the location is going to be on, and even gave a little background on the thing. And then, of course, this is a layout of the first floor of the house. As a consumer, you want your products as fast as possible, and you don't understand why people can't immediately turn out the product. One of the biggest examples, and one of probably the hardest things to take, is when you kickstart a video game. Because, unfortunately, the vast majority of the time, you feel like you're throwing your money down a black hole. Once the campaign is complete, when it's successful, you think, oh shit, I'm never going to see that money again. Or I'm going to completely forget about that game. And it's just going to show up and I'll be like, but I don't really want to play it. But the fact of the matter is, yes, they could try to pull a Duke Nukem on you, which is insanely stupid and retarded, and you should find them with torches and pitchforks and burn down their house. You have my permission. But you didn't hear from me. But I support you in that endeavor. But not publicly, under the table. That being said, you look at a game like Elysian Shadows. The game, you keep seeing all of these these updates to the shaders, to the graphics engine, to itty bitty little pieces. And you're like, oh my god, I just want the fucking game. Yes, that would be awesome. But Elysian Shadows, I believe, is going to take more of the Blizzard approach than the vast majority of the companies out there. Blizzard approach is you'll get it when it's ready. Unfortunately, when they combined forces with Activision, some of that logic went, and then some of it was like, you know what? Let's gouge you for as much money as possible. Yeah, StarCraft 2. Let's make 3 pieces of a game into episodic $60 games. But at the same time, I'm sure they're pretty solid. But to be honest with you, I want to play StarCraft 2. I don't want to play the first of 3 slices of StarCraft 2. Or the first 2 slices of StarCraft 2. That's not to say episodic games are bad. I mean, look at the vast majority of the games that I've reviewed as of late. There are a lot of episodic games in there. And yes, a lot of the games that I have reviewed, I don't have the final chapter. And if I do, it's fucking awesome. But if it's not there, it's not there. But then again, that goes into a whole different thing. And oh my gosh, I am going into like strategy, my opinion of strategy. So let's reel it back. And if you want to know more about that, you could probably tune into the Thursday Night Hangout, because I'll probably go over that. Or, of course, you could go to any one of the conventions that we are currently scheduled to go to. That, of course, is Canuga at the end of this month in Chattanooga. AndoCon, which is happening in August. MomoCon, which is happening in May. MonsterCon, which is happening in July. And on a very, 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 very small chance, DragonCon, which is happening at the beginning of September. Of course, we'll be doing the destruction of the game industry as we know it, as well as so you finish making your indie game and you think you're done. Little synopsis for those of you who don't know about them. First of all, check them out on YouTube. We've got them on the channels or playlists, I should say. That being said, the destruction of the game industry as we know it, it's just broken. And it's not a good thing, but it does allow for a lot of amazing things to potentially happen. So let's make it happen. So you finish making your indie game, you think you're done. You can basically replace indie game with any independent project. So you finished creating your masterpiece painting, your concerto, your book, your game, your board game, your guide to life, your musical album. Creating the project is a great first step in trying to obtain the success and notoriety and attention that you deserve. But there is a ton more to it, and we'll go over that at the panels at the conventions. Now, someone asked me, why do we do the same 2 panels every single year? The easy answer is because people will have heard of the panel. Yes. Is there a lot of variety in it? There's a little bit. There's changes from year to, from convention to convention. It's never the exact same panel, but at the same time, yes, it is the same. Sometimes it works out well. Sometimes it doesn't. I don't want to say it's like story time, but it's basically we start with an idea. And then what we really want is the audience to add to the discussion. And if we can do that, oh my God, the amazing panels we can have. We like two-way conversations. We don't want to spout a bunch of statistics at you. That's not what the panels are there for. They're there as a conversation starter. That's also why we have a fan table at almost every single convention we go to. Simply so that we can have a place before and after each panel for people to continue the conversation or start the conversation. Say that you are an author that's looking for, a little help in that department. We would love to help give you some ideas, some pointers. Have we accomplished anything? Have we personally accomplished stuff? No. I mean, we've got Alter Confusion, and you see that we are basically names that pop up at these conventions every single year. So people do know us, and then in certain circles they know us better than others. Like the development community here in Atlanta. I am a lifetime member of the IGDA. I would love one day to go to the GDC, but that's just way too much money for me, and I wish that, maybe one day I can save up enough to go. That would be awesome. But the fact of the matter is, we're a brand. I'm part of that brand, and that's something that you need to learn, is that you are part of your product. Actually, hell, you are the vast majority of your product. If you can't present your product well, no one's going to want to play your game, listen to your music, look at your art, read your story, whatever. So, now we've gone to, I don't know where the hell we went with this, something slightly different. Let me tell you, I have a ton of games to play, and I need to get to it, so I'm going to have to end this. But have no fear. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or criticisms for myself, Charlie, Zelius, Jesse, or anybody else who's involved with Altered Confusion, you can always reach out to us on the Contact Us page on alteredconfusion.com. Also, if you want to keep up to date with all the latest and greatest that Altered Confusion has to offer, we have a YouTube channel, we have a Twitter feed, we have Facebook, and of course we have the website. If you're in the Georgia area, I highly recommend that you become part of the GDDA, Georgia Game Developers Association, or the IGDA, Atlanta chapter, that's the International Game Developers Association. If you, unfortunately, are unable to do either of those, come meet us at a convention. We love to talk. We love to make contacts. If you need any help, we're here. I mean, that's what Altered Confusion is about. We're here to help you, the listener, the watcher, the viewer, the fan, the maybe potentially slightly lost person who's looking for that next great book, video game, board game. Because I've got an author who's freaking fantastic that I think that doesn't get enough attention. That of course is Louis Pasteur III. You need to go look at him. Go look at Amazon. The dude can write. Okay, he's written 3 books. Well, 2 books and 1 novella. I really, 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 really hope that he gets the 3rd book out because I really want it. And of course, I may have accidentally just pre-ordered the Gary Whitta book. Gary Whitta, of course, is the writer behind the Book of Eli. And of course, he's done some other stuff. So yeah, I think that's it. I really need to get to playing some video games. I have got a ton of video games to play, and this video probably has gone way too long. So, thank you for tuning in to this Something Slightly Different. For myself, Charlie, it's been a pleasure to give you all the amazing stuff that comes out of my head. And, of course, I've saved some for next time. But until then, good night, good evening, good morning, whatever time it is that you are watching this, and I hope to see you or hear you or talk to you in the very near future.